This ice is 1,000,000 years old. Just your periodic reminder that we don't get Antarctic ice samples without funding from the National Science Foundation that comes to our universities in the United States. And we can't get to Antarctica or back with ice cores without the U.S. Antarctic program. I'm Peter. I'm a polar scientist and professor here when I should be grading at the end of the semester, but I wanted to remind you, about our ice core research that I share about on here, largely from Antarctica. That research doesn't happen without funding from the National Science Foundation, our federal science agency in the United States that really is a world leader. And so any of the content I've shared over the years, from any of the places I've been in Antarctica, different ice core projects where we're asking questions about the Antarctic environment or global climate, any of those projects were supported by the United States Antarctic program and funded by the National Science Foundation, because of course any random person from the United States can't just show up in Antarctica and have capacity to do research. We need a federal program, our National Antarctic program, to get us there and have the human and physical infrastructure that can support us to get to places like these. So in my career, since 2009, I've contributed to deep ice coring at Waste Divide, my PhD in New Zealand, drilling another ice core here that wouldn't have happened without my NSF background before I got to that project. I then work at Taylor Glacier, where we drilled 50,000 to 80,000 year old ice from the surface of a glacier. That translated a few years later into collaboration with the Australian Antarctic program, also funded by the National Science Foundation, our part of that project. And then in recent years, post-COVID, the Cold Ice Project, where you might have heard about, the oldest ice on Earth, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million years old from that place. And my own research in partnership with South Korea, way out here on the coast, near the most concerning glacier in the world, the Waits Glacier. Why is it concerning? If you look down here, this map of the red shows NASA observations of ice surface lowering, glaciers in imbalance, and that's happening mostly on that West Antarctic coastline. That's the length of the west coast of the US. So critical change going on in Antarctica. It's a critical resource for us to understand the Earth system. All of our research in Antarctica is funded by the National Science Foundation. So if you like what we do, if you like my content, support the National Science Foundation, learn more. I share a lot here about our US Antarctic program. It's an amazing US civilian, university, military collaboration for peace and science in Antarctica. It's really cool. Anyway, I should get back to grading. Hope everybody's surviving.